So, with Jim and Yvonne Cargill, living in our newly constructed house here in Wedgwood. We moved in May 2023. It was built in the year preceding that. So we've been in just about a year and are very happy here in this house.
We were introduced to RDC by our real estate agent and friend Ray Longmuir, and we were looking for a reliable building company that would build us an energy efficient home, and RDC has met all our expectations. They helped us, Bob Deeks helped us pick the appropriate building lot, and they helped us with suggesting an architect and through the planning process and made tweaks to the plan to make it more appropriate for us. They were very cognizant of our budget and happy to comply with it. Throughout the building process, communication was fantastic. We had weekly meetings about the progress and daily reports on builder trend. And since moving in, they continue to be supportive with the few tweaks that are always necessary after a new build.
I would just echo what Yvonne was saying. I was struck by the attention to detail and the communication with the team and how engaged they were. And by engaged, I mean when we're following the construction process, the guys on site are coming back with suggestions and observations about just how perhaps some things could be tweaked to improve the livability of the house. So they identified cases where the wall placement was a little off. Perhaps a door placement could be improved just to make the house that much better to live with. Also was impressed by ownership. So as the inevitable issues came up during the construction process, RDC would identify them and they would follow through to resolution. We had full confidence in their ability, and we're struck by the craftsmanship, if you will, or pride of craftsmanship of the team that was on site. It may be a bit cliche, but we had a real sense of confidence in their ability to fix problems and identify improvements. I think we most appreciated how RDC embraced what was important to us and walked us through what the choices were, the pros and cons of making various decisions, so that we could make informed decisions. And that conversation continues today as we go through the process of trying to get our solar panels installed and the various hoops and loops that we have to jump through and hurdles we have to jump over. And Bob's been particularly helpful in the sense that he can provide some experience from his several years working here and observations about how to make things work as we learn about living in our very energy efficient home.
We love our house in Wedgewoods. It's just amazing. The views are incredible. The comfort of the interior is amazing. I don't know. Sorry.
It's okay. So we both grew up on the prairies, experienced minus 40 degree weather in houses that were built 50 years ago, and it's pretty extraordinary living in this house with temperatures getting down to minus 25, with these doors, these windows, these walls, with the energy efficiency that's built into it. You don't get the drafts. The house is very comfortable to live in, and thanks to help from RDC and the designers, it's right sized for us. It was one point of perhaps interest. We got an energy audit as part of our process to get the solar panels and battery backup system installed, and the energy audit actually, the blower test, the audit actually showed that after 8-9 months of living in the house, the tightness of the house is actually improved over the final test before moving. So that was quite striking and quite pleasant, having lived here and hung our pictures and done everything else associated with moving into the house. There's been, if anything, an improvement in the energy efficiency of the home. Difficult to believe, but that's the facts.
Through the building process, we were just impressed with the knowledge of the team. The site manager, just his knowledge of building concepts and how things were done, just very amazing.
Yeah, Matt was very impressive on site, and our weekly meetings with Andy and Jake. They brought knowledge to the table, and as mentioned before, they were able to give us options, plan B, plan C, and talk through the consequences or upside of any of the decisions that they were being asked to make.